A sense of curiosity has been sweeping through households across the country as Americans try to understand what's really happening with the new wave of IRS-linked stimulus discussions. For weeks, people have been hearing hints about automatic payments, rebate-style checks, and the possibility that those on Social Security, SSI, and SSDI could finally see meaningful financial support land in their accounts. The uncertainty of the past few years has conditioned everyone to take good news with caution. Yet the idea of a $2,000 plus stimulus appearing automatically, if certain qualifications are met, has created a buzz that feels impossible to ignore. In living rooms, over morning coffee, and late at night after bills are spread out across kitchen tables, people find themselves asking the same question. Could the IRS truly be preparing to send out payments that do not require applications, portal updates, or paperwork? For many, the hope is not unrealistic. They remember earlier rounds of stimulus payments that arrived swiftly and without complication, triggered automatically based on tax filings, benefit records, and income eligibility. The simplicity of those moments still stands out today because they offered direct relief without extra hoops to jump through. Now, as the idea of new payments resurfaces with a focus on IRS automatic disbursement, people wonder if the same system could come back to life at the exact moment they need it most. And this time, the conversation carries an even more personal weight for seniors, disabled Americans, low-income families, and veterans who have watched their costs rise while their benefits lag months behind inflation. Inside many homes, the financial pressure has become a daily companion. Prices for groceries refuse to settle back down. Utility bills spike as winter deepens. The cost of medications, insurance, transportation, and basic necessities pushes many to their limits. Each month represents another balancing act where people figure out how to stretch fixed incomes across expenses that no longer fit. When they hear that a potential stimulus could be sent automatically by the IRS, especially if they already receive Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits, it sparks a sense of possibility they haven't felt in a long time. It isn't just about extra money. It's about regaining a sense of control after months or even years of feeling cornered. The emotional impact of that hope runs deeper than the number itself. The thought of a $2,000 payment means more than a lump sum in a bank account. People imagine catching up on overdue bills that have haunted them for months. They picture filling prescriptions without worrying about cutting doses or delaying refills. They envision stocking up on groceries, repairing a broken appliance, fixing a car that has been limping along, or simply sitting down at the end of the day without the familiar sense of dread that comes from wondering how to make the next payment. For many seniors and disabled individuals, a sudden infusion of funds can mean warmth, food, medication, and stability, the four essentials that determine the quality of their daily lives. As people learn more about the mechanics behind automatic IRS payments, they start to connect the dots. The system already has the income records, benefit data, and tax information needed to issue direct deposits quickly and accurately. The potential framework is already in place, and that's why the conversation feels more realistic than previous rumors and wishful thinking. Some wonder whether filing a recent tax return might position them for immediate eligibility, while others on non-taxable benefits hope their existing Social Security or SSI records already place them in the automatic payment pipeline. It's this idea, the possibility of receiving the payment without any action required, that has captured attention more strongly than anything else. Discussions about a Social Security raise add another layer of anticipation. Many beneficiaries already brace themselves every year for COLA increases that help but never feel adequate. They know how inflation has chipped away at purchasing power, how each cost of living bump gets swallowed by rising expenses almost instantly. When the conversation shifts from small incremental raises to a potential one-time infusion of multiple thousands of dollars, their posture changes. They lean in, they listen, and they allow themselves to imagine what their lives might look like if something larger finally breaks through the gridlock. In many communities, the topic has become a shared experience. Friends discuss it while pushing shopping carts through crowded aisles. Neighbors mention it across fences. Religious groups, local gatherings, and support circles bring it up as a point of cautious optimism. Even those who don't typically follow financial news find themselves asking, "Did you hear about the stimulus thing?" The idea spreads not because people want fantasy, but because they desperately need clarity, relief, and a break from a financial landscape that has become increasingly unforgiving. The possibility that payments could go out automatically if certain conditions are met becomes the heart of the conversation. People speculate about what that if may include. If you filed taxes last year, if you earned under a certain amount, if you are currently receiving Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits, if you fall within a specific income bracket, if your banking information is already on file. Each scenario carries its own weight, and millions find themselves hoping that they fall into the right category at the right time. The emotional pull comes from the simple truth that most Americans are not looking for luxury. They are looking for breathing room. They want relief from anxieties that echo in their minds every time they glance at bank balances or open envelopes that only seem to bring more obligations. They want to step into the new year without fear that the next unexpected expense might break them. A 2,000-plus automatic check doesn't solve everything, but it gives them a margin of safety they have been living without for far too long. As chatter grows about a potential Social Security raise and the possibility of stimulus overlapping with December payments, many beneficiaries begin examining their calendars more closely. They think about payment days, deposit schedules, and the chance that the IRS could deliver funds at a moment when they are already preparing for holiday expenses or winter necessities. This timing matters, not because people want to splurge, but because the end of the year often brings the toughest bills. Heating, travel, family expenses, copays, and the hidden costs that always seem to surface in December. Across the country, the mood is shifting, not toward certainty, but toward hope. People are watching carefully, listening intently, and holding on to the possibility that relief may not be a distant dream, but something approaching, something preparing, something that could drop into their accounts without warning. And in that anticipation, something remarkable happens. People begin to feel seen again. They begin to believe that perhaps, this time, help might arrive before the pressure becomes unbearable. If these payments do move forward, and if automatic disbursement begins as many hope it will, the impact will ripple through every household that has struggled silently. It will bring warmth where there has been worry, calm where there has been tension, and stability where there has been exhaustion. And for millions who have spent the year counting every dollar, it will be a moment that reminds them that support can still find its way to those who need it most.